Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today, wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about XRP. And I wanted to talk about this in that previous video. ECB President Christine Lagarde expressed her confidence that Bitcoin won't be included in the European Union's reserves. She talks about XRP without mentioning XRP. Take a listen.
This matter that you referred to, and whether reserves of central bank should or could include Bitcoins, I think there is a view around the table of the Governing Council, and most likely the General Council as well, that reserves have to be liquid, that reserves have to be secure, that they have to be safe, that they should not be plagued by the suspicion of money laundering or other criminal activities. And as a result, I'm confident that reserves will not enter that Bitcoins will not enter the reserves of any of the central banks of the General Council. I had a good conversation with my colleague from the Czech Republic, and I leave it to him to make whatever announcement he wants to make, but I'm confident that he's convinced, as we all are, of the necessity to have liquid, secure, and safe reserves.
And here's what happened in the Czech Republic. Czech finance minister warns against adding Bitcoin to reserves. It's not going to happen. But you know, when she talks about liquid and secure, she's talking about XRP. You know, Christine Lagarde has been meeting with Brad Garlinghouse ever since she was at the IMF. And this has been going on for years because XRP is the future. It's what's gonna move the world's money. Everybody wants fast, cheap, and secure. They don't want expensive, slow, and a possibility of your money being lost with Bitcoin. That's why XRP is the future. And where does Christine Lagarde get this information from? Well, it all comes from the BIS. Under the regulatory scrutiny of the international standards from the Committee on Payments and Market Infrastructure, CPMI of the BIS, crypto assets can be recognized as part of the formal payment systems. Ripple and XRP fall within the system, not Bitcoin or ETH. And that goes for every other central bank as well. The BIS is like the central bank of all central banks. Every single platform that they were coming up with, like mBridge and every other project that they were working on, was built around what RippleNet is, how XRP can be utilized for on-demand liquidity. This is why you're invested in the future. And here's what U.S. Treasury Secretary says about freedom and Bitcoin. Take a listen. Now, he only mentions Bitcoin like one or two times. All of a sudden, he used to talk about Bitcoin a lot, even back last summer. Then it all shifted towards crypto.
I've been excited about the president's embrace of crypto, and I think it fits very well with the Republican Party, the ethos of crypto's about freedom, and the crypto economy is here to stay. The Democrats are running from it because they're trying to wash off the stench of Sam Bankman-Fried and his family's donations to the Democratic Party. So they're willing to take down a whole industry because of bad behavior on their part, bad behavior one actor. And I think that everything's on the table with Bitcoin. And to me, one of the most exciting things about Bitcoin is for a generation of investors who maybe post the great financial crisis have been looking for investment opportunities, or maybe they'd soured on markets. Crypto is bringing in young people. It's bringing in the people who haven't participated in markets, And, having a market culture in the U.S. and people believing that markets work for them is a centerpiece of capitalism.
Take notice how he was talking about Bitcoin only when Bitcoin was up on the screen. Then all of a sudden the screen shifted to crypto and he started talking about crypto again. But this video is not new. It occurred in the summer of 2024. And this is around the same time that Trump was meeting with Ripple as well. I think that's when the narrative started to shift away from Bitcoin. But it is true. It's a place where new investors could come in. The regular guy, working guy or girl, can come in, put X amount of dollars in week over week, and end up with financial freedom. But they tried to crush it because of Sam Bankman-Fried. And it didn't work then, and it's not going to work now. And look at Sam Bankman-Fried's parents are attempting to seek a pardon for their son from President Trump. Do you honestly think Sam Bankman-Fried should get pardoned by Trump? I don't think so. I think Sam should spend a lot of time in prison first. Wait until the next Democratic president takes office and then ask him for a pardon instead. After all, he was laundering a majority of that money to the Democratic Party, but he was laundering it to both parties. I just want to make that very clear. Breaking: MoonPay onboards over 1 million new crypto users in a single month. We're getting a lot of new investors into this space. And this whole war that's going on between Bitcoin maxis and the XRP army, it needs to come to an end. The whole war started because Brad pushed for a level playing field. Brad doesn't care if the US government holds Bitcoin in a reserve. He would just like them to also hold XRP and other cryptocurrencies as well. He was out there saying, listen, we want a level playing field in the United States. And all of a sudden, it drove these people over the edge. Every single day, they're like, Bitcoin only or nothing. How can you even think like that? These are the same people that just a few short years ago said, down with the US government. We don't need the US government for anything. We don't need the US dollar, and Bitcoin is the only currency going forward. Now, all of a sudden, they want the US to buy Bitcoin, and they started a whole war about it. And think about all these new retail investors coming into this space and seeing this shit every single day all over X. If I was a new investor and knew nothing about crypto, I'd be like, what the hell did I just get into? Because it's every single day, and it's post after post after post. And most of these posts are not even factual. There's nothing to back up these statements that they're making. They're calling Brad Garlinghouse every name in the book as well. And, Bitcoin was created by the same people that went on to create XRP, but they will never admit that. And I have a serious question for all of you. If you could, would you buy Ripple shares before IPO happens? I absolutely would. Well, breaking. Robinhood CEO warns a big problem in U.S. markets. Calls for investing revolution. Robinhood CEO is sounding the alarm on what he sees as a major flaw in the U.S. trading system. Retail investors are locked out of high growth opportunities. AI boom, but no access. He points out that while artificial intelligence is booming, everyday investors have too few options to invest early in major tech companies like OpenAI and Anthropic. We're invested in AI by investing into XRP. The IPO bottleneck. He argues that the IPO process has become so restrictive that most retail investors can only jump in after the real profits have been made by institutional insiders. I would love to be able to buy Ripple shares directly. And that should be something that can be done in the United States going forward. Crypto and tokenization. With the crypto-friendly administration, he believes tokenization of private companies and real-world assets is the key to fixing these barriers. The investing revolution is coming, he warns, but is the United States ready for it? Now, I am not a fan of Robinhood, but I am a fan of his views. I honestly think that everybody should have the opportunity to make money, not be pushed out of, like Ripple shares and other companies, because there's great investments out there. But by the time you hear about it, all the big money and all the big moves already happen. But I want to know your opinion. Would you buy Ripple shares if you could? 4 American cryptos that might join the U.S. Reserve in a pre-sale gaining attention. So here are the 4 cryptocurrencies. Of course, XRP is one of them. A digital asset for global transactions. We know when it comes to cross-border payments, XRP is what you want to use. But they also mention AVAX, fast transactions, and strong security. XLM also made the list, a bridge for global payments. We always looked at XLM as person-to-person payments, but it goes beyond that now. XLM, Stellar has pivoted, and they expanded in the right direction over the last couple of years. XLM is going to have a massive run-up when it happens. And HBAR, a scalable and energy-efficient network. HBAR is a must-have in any portfolio, in my opinion. If you hold XRP, definitely be holding some HBAR as well. I watched Hedera and Ripple grow at the same alarming rate all during an entire bear market. And none of that value is reflected in the price of HBAR or XRP. When that value shows up inside these cryptocurrencies, it is going to be a very exciting time because HBAR is way undervalued. Same thing with XRP. Same thing with XLM. Right now, they are all very undervalued compared to where they're going. Peter Brandt reveals big bullish pattern on the XRP chart. He says, hey, XRP pill poppers. I thought that was funny. Some of these people think like we're in a cult and we're delusional or something. I have no idea. Peter Brandt has been a major critic of XRP. He says, to be clear, I could care less what XRP is going to do. If it goes up, I want to be long. If it goes down, I've never shorted it, but prefer to troll the poppers. No other way right now to define the chart other than a bull flag. Of course, this could change. So he sees where XRP is going. Every XRP hater out there knows where XRP is going. Even these Bitcoin maxis, the reason that they're all over X posting every single day, they got to keep the hype up for Bitcoin. Because once the hype ends, Bitcoin ends. And they know that XRP is about to skyrocket in price. They are scared that XRP is going to take that #1 spot. But honestly, you can see it coming. Everything is so bullish around this cryptocurrency right now. This run is going to be way bigger than 2017 and 2018. I'm expecting this to be a run like we have never seen before in crypto. It is going to melt faces when it happens. You're going to have grown men crying when it happens. You're going to have so many people with regret all over X every single day, knowing they missed out on the greatest opportunity in crypto when it happens. But you're also no longer going to hear people hating on this cryptocurrency. What the hell can you say about a cryptocurrency that goes from $3 above $30 in a short period of time. Because when it happens, it's going to happen very quick. And a lot of people are going to get left behind. You know, the Bitcoin maxis are at the point that they cannot swallow their pride. So they're going to go down with the ship. That's what's going to happen. You already see the central banks telling you that they're not going to have Bitcoin in reserves. You see the US pivoting away from Bitcoin all of a sudden. Now all they talk about is crypto and digital assets. Before, they never mentioned crypto at all. They never talked about digital assets at all. Whenever you heard them talking on the mainstream media news, all they ever talked about was Bitcoin. Now everything is starting to shift because the adults are about to enter the room. Once the institution's on board, it is game over. You're either holding or you're left behind. And until it does happen, stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.